Guys, here we are down on the waterfront. See, I mean, this is the Edgewater Hotel, our only true waterfront hotel. Famous for many years because when it first opened, well, fishermen would fish out of the hotel room windows and send their catch down to the kitchen to have it for dinner. But you know those fishermen guys, they were actually sitting in the rooms tipping them back all day. And apparently some of them tipped right out of the front of the window there. So they don't do that anymore. Actually, also in 1964, the Beatles came here right after the Ed Sullivan appearance. This was their first concert here in America. Now, they played here at the old Kingdome, which is gone now. They stayed here at the Edgewater in room 272, a big suite of rooms now known as the Beatles Suite. Yeah, in fact, there's a famous picture of the Beatles all hanging out of room 274 on the water side over here with fishing poles and everything. Well, you know what they were fishing for. All right, then, the reason I asked about lizards, because this is Alright guys, check it out! Now that is Markham Seafair Week, and they're going to be giving tours on that, I believe, starting tomorrow. That is a United States Navy Aegis class guided missile frigate! Let's hear it for the Navy! Woo! I'm going to be on that tomorrow. It's my day off, and I'm going to be down there checking it out, guys. Yeah. It's a guided missile frigate. Yeah, battleships are way bigger. Yeah. Alright guys, now let's talk for a minute about the history of the city of Seattle. Now you guys see that land over there? No, that's not Maui. That's actually West Seattle. And on the other side is a place called Alki Point. In 1851, the Denny Party, the first European settlers, sailed into Puget Sound, and they were going to make a new settlement over there, and guess what they were going to name it? No, they were going to name it New York. Well, apparently they hadn't heard about the other one. Well, it didn't take them long to figure out that there's no fresh water over there. So the brilliant Denny Party was invited over here by the Duwamish Indians, who felt sorry for them, and they came. To honor the Duwamish Indians for their kindness, they decided to call the town Duwams. Well, it sounded good anyway, but the joke was once again on the Denny Party because it turns out that in Duwamish, Duwams means, "Ew, this place stinks." That was the first name of the city of Seattle, Duwams. Yeah. There, let's wave to the Kimmings. How many of you guys like sushi? Anybody? Freshest sushi in town right here at the Seattle Aquarium. Alright, now this is the most historic spot in the city. It's called Miner's Landing because on July 17th, 1897, the steamer Portland pulled in here with gold from the Klondike, starting the Great Klondike Gold Rush. Changed Seattle forever, but you guys want to know about the Ferris wheel, don't you? Alright, any of you guys been on it? Oh, it's great. It's called Seattle's Great Wheel, and you can get tickets at seattlegreatwheel.com or just walk up. Oh, I know. It's the tallest Ferris wheel on the West Coast, 175 feet in diameter, 200 feet above the water. There are 42 cars or gondolas, and they're heated and air conditioned. And by the way, if you can see a black one somewhere there, that's the VIP car, and it has a glass floor. Now the lines are getting longer as the day gets better, so come late in the day or really early in the morning. It's $13 per person, $8.50 for kids. Also here there's a carousel, a nice restaurant, a great sourdough bakery, and my favorite restaurant right here, the Crab Pot, which has a great restaurant, a great kitchen. If you're on a budget, the Crab Pot has great food. Now, how many of you guys have been down here on the waterfront already? Anybody? Quite a few. Yeah, even the locals come down here, wander around. It's great fun. Now, when you guys come down here, or when you come back, I want you to go into this store right over here. It's called Ye Old Curiosity Shop. Quack, quack. Hi, guys. Now, Ye Old Curiosity Shop was founded in 1899 by a friend and co-collector of Robert Ripley's Believe It or Not. Now, the shop is still in the same family today. And when you go in there, you're going to see all the same things you'd see at Ripley's, only you're going to see it for a lot cheaper. You're going to see it for free. How much cheaper can you get? They have a couple of mummies, they have two-legged this and three-legged that. Give a wave, everybody! In fact, hey, young man, this is where I got my short head right here. See it? Yeah. Woohoo! That was so wacko. No, really, I like the Yield Curiosity Shop, man. If you're going to be here this weekend, they have a great haunted waterfront tour that they do about sunset just before dark on summer evenings. So check that out. It's a lot of fun. I really do like the Yield Curiosity Shop. And by the way, Grandma, she's pretty old too. She is actually involved in the business. She has a great fudge stand in the back there. And sometimes she has her homemade divinity, one of my favorites. Yeah. Now, next on the right, check it out. Oh boy, that darn tree. I'm going to have to come down and do something about that. You guys see the fire station over there? That's fire station number 5, and it was built adjacent to Coleman Dock, which you'll see in a second, which burned down twice until they put in the fire station. Now, how's that for fire prevention, huh, guys? That's pretty good.
Woohoo! Can you build one next to my house?
No. No, he can't. All right, now there it is. That's Coleman Dock right there. Now, that is the busiest ferry terminal in North America and home of the Washington State Ferry. They move 27 million passengers a year on one of the safest ferry systems in the world. Now, listen, guys, if you're going to be in Seattle for a few days, why don't you get on a ferry? You know, they have 2 ferries that leave from here. One goes to Bainbridge Island, the other one goes to Bremerton. If you walk on board, it's only $7.50. Now, I recommend you take the 1-hour ferry over to Bremerton, which weaves through the islands. You see million-dollar waterfront estates. And after an hour, it lets you off in downtown Bremerton, a short walk from the Naval Museum. Woo-hoo! Yeah, if you're into navals. And if you're not into navals, guys, go over to Bainbridge Island, where there's great shopping. Either way, when you get back on the ferry to come back, it's absolutely free! That's 2 great boat rides for $7.50. It really is a great deal, guys. And since you walk on board, I'll take it myself here to watch the ferry. Well, for $6.50 class. Have a good time and check out the navals. By the way, there's another one just came in. Another, well, now, I'm not sure the class of that. That's larger than the Aegis class guided missile frigate. They're going to be giving tours of both of these vessels over the next few days. So definitely make it a thing to do here, guys, because you'll never have this chance again. All right, now back in the old days, Seattle. By the way, see all the construction here? Now the reason is because of the structure we're underneath right now. It's called the Alaskan Way Viaduct. It was damaged in the Great Nisqually quake some years ago. Now they're going to tear it down and replace it with a multi-gazillion-dollar tunnel under the waterfront. It's a very controversial project. In fact, they're getting ready to put up the tunnel boring machine right there. However, when you come back to Seattle in about 130 years when this project is done, this is all going to be a park down here. It's going to be really nice. Now, a little bit more history and we'll put it all together. Now, you know about the Denny Party. You know about doo-wops. You know about, built on low tide flats here that really stunk. But here's where we put it all together. Now, back in the old days, Seattle was a timber town, literally and figuratively. That means our economy was based on the timber industry. Okay. But also the entire town was built out of timber as well. Ah, look around here, guys. We are entering the oldest part of Seattle. And as you look around, you don't see one timber frame building, do you? Ah, that's a good reason for that. Anybody know why?
It's underground.
Fire, yeah, that's right. Now, that's because on June 6, 1889, a carpenter by the name of John Beck accidentally kicked over a pot of hot glue, started a fire at 2:30 in the afternoon, and 2 hours later, John Beck had burned down the entire city of Seattle. 29 square blocks of timber frame buildings. It was a disaster. Now, the day after the fire, our Seattle City Fathers got together and enacted 2 new very important laws. Now, the first law was, well, that from now on, everything should be built out of non-flammable material. Yes, brick, that's right. And also, since the town was doo-wops, they decided to raise the city up. And they did. Now, they put a gridwork of walls up and down the middle of the street, which is why they're so wide, between 11 and 22 feet high. And they started building these buildings literally immediately after the fire. But over the next 22 years, guys, they raised the streets. So what you're looking at here is actually the second floor of a rebuilt building. Where is that first floor? Down. Oh, you said the key word. It's underground. That's right, guys. Underneath the sidewalks in this part of town are the original first floor entrances, and they're connected. So it's called the Seattle Underground. Any of you guys been on the tour? Terrific. You liked it, didn't you? It's a pretty good tour. Yeah, I didn't like it. Well, actually, I think it's a really good tour. By the way, check out over here on the right, it's Romanesque Revival architecture. And over here on the left, typical Victorian architecture. Now, this area, known as the Soto District, or you can call it Pioneer Square area, has the largest collection of Romanesque Revival and Victorian architecture anywhere in North America. Now, we have gone to great pains to preserve our heritage here, you guys on the right. Look up on the Butnick building there, and see the signs? They're left over from the days of the Great Klondike Gold Rush. And also on the right up ahead, you're going to see one of the first neon signs here in the city. It's from the Old State Hotel and advertises rooms for 75 cents. Now you guys on the left, don't feel left out. Woo! Over there is the Maynard building, probably the best example of Romanesque Revival architecture. And you see its first floor? It's still partially exposed. One of only 3 buildings with a fully exposed first floor here in the city. Now the underground tour is the number 2 tour. You're riding on the number 1 tour in Seattle. And I really do like it. It's a 90-minute, $16 walking tour in the secret subterranean passages under this part of town. It's unique to Seattle, and all these people over here on the right are getting on an underground tour. Let's give them a wave. Woo! Now they're in Pioneer Square, and that's the Underground Tours office right there, next to the entrance to the Pioneer Building. Now look guys, whether you go on the Underground Tour or not, you really need to come down to this part of town and check out all the architecture and shops and stuff. And by the way, if you're going to be here in Seattle this Thursday, it's the first Thursday of the month, and the first Thursday of every month. Seattle is closed at Walk Day, and the Art Museum of the Public are open first Thursday of every month. So come on down and check it out. You're gonna have a great time. Absolutely. All right, you having fun? Yeah! A lot of history back there, isn't there? But I think you guys have it. Doo-Wops, the Denny Party, the Duwamish Indians, they raised the city, they had the fire, all kinds of great stuff. Now, right now, we are going to head uptown a little bit, and we're going to look for the hardest working man in the city of Seattle. Oh, by the way, let's give a wave to one of the happiest guys here in the city. How you doing? Yeah! Yeah! What? Woo-hoo! Smile more! All right, guys, 5-finger wave to the happiest man in Seattle! Woo! All right, you guys, let's go down and look for the hardest working man. There we go. Alright, now come on, let's warm those clappers up. That's it. Yeah, go, Bob.
You better get hype, boy, because you know you can't. Ring the bell, school's back in. Break it down.
Let's go. Woo-hoo, hi guys. Hammer time. Oh yeah. Hey, check it out here on the right. That's North America's first penitentiary for kids. And let's wave at the inmates right now. There they go. All right. Oh, by the way, this coffee shop here on the right used to be the pawn shop where Jimi Hendrix got his very first guitar. And over here on the corner, standing 48 feet tall, bend over, weighing in at 26,000 pounds, it's Hammering Man! Woo-hoo! It's Hammering Man! All right, there you go. Erected as a tribute to the working men and women of Seattle, Hammering Man stands here on the corner of First and University, hammering 4 times a minute from 9 to 5, 364 days a year. Hey, what day do you think he has off, you guys? That's right, Labor Day! I don't care what they said about you guys back there. You're pretty smart. And next down the right here is the Seattle Art Museum. 4-story stall, $1 billion worth of art. $15 to get in, and by the way, it's tax deductible. Hey ladies, this is the gift shop right here. This is the place to get a great souvenir of the city. Check out the hand-painted umbrellas. Now everything in there is made by a local artist. It's in the bag for yourself or for the house. Not the artist, Next on the left is the Pike Place Market, the Farmers Market, the Public Market. We Seattleites, we just call it
Pike Place!
the market. That's right. Built in 1907 to combat rising food prices that went up, get this, 1,000% in 1 year because of greedy middlemen. The Pike Place Market has been in continuous operation for 105 years. You know, it's never closed its doors. Yeah, because it doesn't actually have any doors. Yeah, I know. How many of you guys have been in there? Good. How many are going to go? You know what? Collectively, I should have seen all your hands. Because the Pike Place Market is the #1 spot to visit in the entire city of Seattle. And it's absolutely... That's right. Now, you do not have to spend money in the market to enjoy it. However, you guys that have been in there might know that you can buy anything you want, despite the fact that no chain stores are allowed, except for one giveaway. Which one? That's right. The first Starbucks opened in the market in 1971. And didn't sell their coffee, well, until 1980. For the first 9 years, kids, they were just like me. They were full of beans. Yeah, okay. All right, so get your cameras going. The #1 most photographed spot in the city, #1 most photographed sign, and check out that little tunnel going down there on one side. Yeah, you guys who were at the market, did anybody go down there? You know what's down there, guys? The world's largest used gum wall. Now, this is actually a big attraction here in the city of Seattle. It's big, it's colorful, and it's disgusting. Don't touch it. No. It's listed on the internet as the 3rd germiest spot on the planet. So, take a whole bunch of the hand sanitizer stuff with you when you go, yeah. By the way, it's now 2 walls, and there is some gum art down there, little animals. Did you guys see them when you went down there? Yeah, guess who did the dog? I had to chew a whole pack of gum, different colors, for about 10 minutes for that. Oh boy, my jaw was hurting. Also, a little sidebar to the Starbucks story. Originally, the founders of Starbucks were not going to call it Starbucks. Now, they had been reading both of them, the book Moby Dick, and, well, frankly, they found a lot of great names in there. And they weren't going to name it Starbucks. They were going to name it after the ship in the book Moby Dick. How